Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Let's get gritty. We're going to talk about round 13, Philadelphia. So this past weekend, we saw one hell of an East Coast, West Coast showdown in Philly, where we witnessed some of the new storylines come to play. Before we talk about any of the heats or qualifying and main events, we have to talk about practice with Hayden Deegan.
Of course, we got to talk about it because it's Hayden Deegan, and he took a shitter, do the whoops, and belly flopped. So I guess it's worth talking about.
The weather held up for the most part with some sprinkles here and there. Nothing like Foxborough, though. Prior to the start of the evening, Grandpa Earl made an appearance at the opening ceremonies. We also learned that this was a home race for Seth Hammaker, who was having a fantastic season. Starting with 250 Best of the West, Juju and Cole Davies had good starts and battled for the lead. Deegan was right on Julian's tail. There was a good amount of distance, but I am not sure that it was on purpose, pacing himself, being strategic, or just storing energy to then strike while the iron's hot and when Juju is least expecting it. Eventually, battling his teammate Davies for first place. Davies made an error, and Deegan capitalized on it.
It definitely took a few mistakes out of the 100 for the Deegs to catch him, but he got him. And then Michael Mosman took a shitter, ended up in the LCQ, so that was unfortunate for him. Top 5, I mean, kind of expected it. Deegs, Davies, Juju. Wish he had a better night. Talk about that, but Marchbanks, decent ride by Joe, and Jordan Smith. That was decent for him to be in the top 5, even though it was only a heat, but good for him.
I will also add Hunter Yoder made it to advance, taking the last 9th place position to go to the main event. So good for him. 250 East. So East Coast rider and champ Tom Vial had the lead in the very beginning, but only for like 2 seconds before Seth Hammy came and stole it. RJ Hampshire had some battles with Chance Hymas for 3rd place. We also saw Austin Forkner hit some rough bumps during his ride, but he kept doing his best to keep up climbing the positions.
Good to see Forkner not having to go to the LCQ. Yeah, right off the rip, the top 4 in the points for the East Coast were the top 4. Hammaker, Vial, RJ, and Joe. Until Vial cross-rutted on that, was it a triple, and just slapped himself. Now, I was rough on Vial before, saying he might be a little bit of a
sissy.
I guess a sissy. But man, he was getting up before the bike even stopped sliding, so I'll give him credit, and he got right up. Like, that looked bad. I feel like this season we've been seeing a lot of good riders go to the LCQ. So Vial being in the LCQ again, I think he's been in like 3. But I know, Hampshire's been in a bunch, Forkner's been in a bunch. There's definitely been some 450 guys that you wouldn't expect in LCQs also.
450 Heat 1. Dean Wilson was lined up at the gate for the first time this season, with this series finishing up for Honda HRC factory team. Instantly at the gate drop, Cooper Webb grabbed the lead, but within seconds it was swiped by Shane McElrath. But then also he couldn't hold it as well, and the back end slipped out. Everyone's favorite cowboy AP, Aaron Plessinger, was rip-dogging, making his way through the pack and to catch up with Webb. After holding second place for a bit, they had some side-by-side dueling. That was pretty crazy to see.
It was a good battle for a while. It looked like a clean battle because I guess there was some tension between Webb and Plessinger between Coop and having some feelings towards the cowboy, I guess, but it was all clean. I don't know what he was mad about. Maybe just because points? Not sure, but I'm going to start calling him Father Shane. He's always good at hole shots. I mean, I would have gave it to him, honestly. Yeah! And Dino up there, him and Ferrandis racing back and forth, that was great. If you watch Dino's channel at all, that was what he was focusing on. He knew it was a good race between him and the 14. I loved seeing AP win on a track that was pretty clean for the most part, and you could tell he was definitely feeling it the way he was seat bouncing. I think he was pumped to race Coop the way he did. Like I said, I don't see what Cooper's upset about. Maybe there was something else in the main that I missed.
Moving on to 450 Heat 2, Jay Coop and Chase Sexton battled it out for the lead off the rip and at the first turn. Kickstart Kenny, I don't know what the fuck was going on with Roxon. He qualified for 15th, the worst he's ever had qualified his whole entire career. And he is wounded, battling out there with a separated shoulder and a busted ankle. So I didn't expect him to keep climbing as much as he did and hold 5th place. But sadly for number 32, he got jammed by a lapper in a rut, and Chase took advantage, went on the outside, and took P1.
That absolutely sucked to see. Justin Cooper was shredding, flying, and then there's always some way that he ends up losing. Like usually kind of putters out or like gets reeled in. He was flying. He looked fast. And then of course gets caught up in the lapper. Check out the short, you know? And then Sexton just cruises on by. It's almost like how he gets his championship. Like, no doubt he's got the talent to get the championships, but there's always somebody out or something happens for him to get his wins. So in the 250 LCQs, Towers got the whole shot and win, and Vial and Michael Mosman sneaked in. I mean, they should. Grant Harlan. Wow, he actually got in. The guy with all the TV time. Good for him. Also, the Chiz made the main event in the 450 LCQ, and unfortunately, everyone's favorite HVAC guy is back to where he normally is, watching the mains from the side.
Now for the main events. 250, with Gladiator and Skyrim music blasting on the broadcast. Returning for the final showdowns of the evening, Seth Hammaker makes the whole shot with Davies right behind him. RJ Hampshire gets caught up in a pileup. Vial goes too tight on the inside and wound up on the side of a tough block. And all of a sudden, a red flag comes out after we see yellow ones pretty much being waved for a little bit. They were with Daxton Bennick for a while, but I will say the Alpine Stars medical unit attended to him a whole lot faster than they ever have with injured riders before in any races I've ever watched. The team was probably with Bennick for so long because when you have someone seizing, you're not really supposed to instantly be moving them. Daxton took a hard hit, suffered from a concussion, and was unconscious for longer than what was considered common. Then his body was exhibiting convulsions. This is never good. But we didn't know this at the time because the broadcast was being odd, not showing anything, not mentioning anything, no details, going to replays and B footage. They didn't show him being carted off or driven off or giving a thumbs up, but we did hear the crowd cheer in respect when he was being taken off. But later on, they did say he was awake and conscious, but nothing else and no details on his injuries at that time.
So the restart was a godsend for RJ. He had a terrible first part of that race that helped him out tremendously with the points for the championship. Haymaker was doing good again, and then Davies just caught him out of nowhere. He's fast. I mean, is he not? And what happened to Juju? He was all the way back in like 12th. Terrible showing. Not good at all. Deegan was definitely banging on Haymaker quite a bit. Got a little squirrely, overjumped that jump into the berm, hit him in the back. A couple corners later, ended up pushing on him a little bit. You know, Deegan being Deegan.
Are you saying that was intentional?
He was just riding wild, for sure. Just normal Deegan. Some people will say they like it, but it was a little wild.
That a boy, Diggs. You stay at it.
Me, personally, I think I'm going to root for the 100 out of the Yamaha camp. Goofy, throwing the dabs out there. and he's fast. Still going for RJ, but Cole Davies out of the Yamahas.
450 Main, the big boys. Sadly, right at the start, AP crashed out in quite the pileup. Justin Barsha, who was expected to perform well, had went down over the berm after possibly missing his rear brake. And that's when eventually Kenny started to shock us all again.
It's always good to see Kenny up near the front. Always waiting for him to fizzle out, whether you like him or not. What? Good technique always fizzles out. We know it.
Listen here, nitty gritty. Ken Roczen may have officially become a U.S. citizen, but he still will forever be Mr. German Chocolate.
No, then Sexton ended up catching him and got him around like 8-minute mark, something like that. Then Webb passed Kenny too. Of course, I was kind of hoping that Webb was going to put the pressure on Sexton, make him tuck it, but didn't end up happening. He had a good ride, Sexton did. He actually did what he was supposed to do. Top 4 was a little surprising. Kind of. Top 5, I should say. More like Savachi. But good for him. I know there's a lot of people that like him.
With a lot of heavy hitters all jumbled, mixed together, it still was a little bit undercooked, if you ask me, because Thrasher, 15th, Forkner ended up behind him. Under that, in 18th, we had Mosman, and like a lot of people are always popping in the chat rooting for Enzo. He was 13th. Hymus and Juju are right above him. You would think they would be a little bit higher.
Also a good ride for Ferrandis, but just wanted to talk about Dino on the factory bike. He ended up finishing a lap down. I was pretty sure I seen Grandpa Earl coming out, and it was true. If you watch on his channel, he said his arms were just pumped up. He couldn't hang on. He was just kind of bucking around here and there. He said he couldn't even feel the bars. So like people said, he's been out riding. He's been doing arena cross, so that's not Supercross for a reason. It's different. So if you're ready and you're trained for a 10-minute event and you got to go 15 to 20, that's going to be a problem.
But do you think he's eventually going to be a top 10 rider for sure?
You'll be, give or take, 2 top 10.
We will see. Ready? Good girl. Beautiful day. Need nature's medicine. Get some fresh air. Here, maybe I should set this on the top. There's the pupper, the sweet doggy. I can set this. Need an all-natural phone stand. Huh? Oh yeah, it's like a little spiral. Let's see. That work? okay.
I'm trying to leave these rocks.
Yeah. Up in the parking area are wondering what we're doing. Good girl! I don't know if you guys can see, there's a big rock in the middle of the water. I used to bring Onyx, my cat, lay a towel on it, and we would just lay in the middle of the riverbed together, and she would swim. I have a video somewhere of her swimming. She's pretty different of a cat. Maybe this one will slip right in here. We did one time, was it 2 years ago or a year ago, the towers? We made the 9/11 towers out of rocks, and we sent them into Fox News, and Indy was in front of it, but they never put the picture up. We thought maybe they would. It was so pretty. Somebody knocked it down. I don't know if the water did. Get these rocks flatter. Ooh, Copper, you're soaked. Let's get her a stick in the water. Okay, ready, Indy? Here's some more. Got this one. Ooh, see one over here. This one. This one. Oh. Stay over here, Indy. Where Mama can see you. All these flat ones are small. Hold on, you guys. Let me put you down. Just saw a good one, but where'd it go? Maybe this one? I can get it out of the ground. Here we go. There's a pile I put right behind you. This one. For country folk, this is a day at the beach. Yeah, I love rocks. I know it sounds so silly, but I always pick up some really cool rocks wherever we go. Good girl! Woo! Good job! I always want to paint some of the rocks too, and I never do. But even when we go like camping in the summer, we always find really the camera, and I found the old blueprint china that was washed up here. It's very smooth, so it must have been in the water for a long time. Come here, Indy. Come here. Come on. We gotta find more rocks for Pop-Pop. That one's not too flat. Don't judge my cracks. But look, you guys, from Popcorn Planet, I got Johnny Depp on my Crocs. This is happy hour. Isn't happy hour anytime? Here we go. Got some flatties. Oh, that one's heavy. Never mind. Feels nice. Find some good rocks, Cindy. I love seeing rocks with swirls. Well, it's getting there. Looks like one of those rock formations at that garden I go to. Like a little fire pit, spiritual fire pit. Hey! Good girl. You bring that stick over here. Good girl. You want Mama to play? Or are you going to break that one? Okay. Gross. It's wet. Okay. Okay, let's see. You ready? This dog absolutely loves the water. He loves to swim. Look at this rock. The water is so clean here. People don't realize, like, oh, it's like a brownish tan. That's the rocks underneath y'all are seeing. Otherwise, it's very clear. Oh boy. We're gonna see if the fairy hut is still there. Adam thinks he saw it. What are you sniffing, Pupper? Hey, come on. Let's go, Pupper. Huh? There was like a bunch over here. I'll have to look. You at the beach, Pepper? It is still there. Look at that. Look how tiny it looks. I better grab this stick now. Brandy. Ugh. Come on, Andy, show us where it's at. I was gonna say it's different here. You know, the rock path over here is less. Aw, did we have that or does someone have that? There's the little fairy hut. It is still standing. If you guys want to see inside, how cool would that be if somebody left us a little message in there? That would be pretty sick. Water is pretty calm. What, driftwood? Little driftwood? Yeah. You gonna go on the Wawa, Indy? You ready? Good girl! Wow, Indita! That's my little honey. Good job! I got another one for you. Ready? ready? You ready? Good. Oh, Mama got it. Okay. So peaceful, the sound of the water. I love it. Shake, shake. Good girl. What's Daddy doing? Go get Daddy. Go get Pop Pop. Go get him. Go get him. What is he doing? Get it! Good girl! The river almost took it away. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Get it, Indy! It's washing away! Oh, the stick washed away, Indy! What'd you find? Skipping rock? Ooh! I can't do that. It's all in the flick of the wrist. The sun's finally coming back out. You don't want that, silly. Yeah, there's so many. Oh, here's a piece of it. Yeah, oh, little throw if I can get it. I'll throw it there. Ready, Indy? Go get it. Uh-oh, she's looking for it. I see a little bit of sparkles.
I forgot the colors.
Those are always cool when it looks like it's a mixture of two. Look at this little wolfie. Look at that wolfie girl. She's been waiting all winter to go swimming, my God. She usually goes down to a little stream that's not too far from our house. And we'll hang out there, have like sandwiches, a little picnic while she swims. But this is shallow, so it's good, you know, all the way through. She can walk. And it's not so, what do you call it? Oh, look at her sticking her nose under. It's not so deep and hard for her to walk, and the water's not moving at a pace that scares her. When we go camping, there's a little river that we all swim in and hang out in certain sections. It's really rapid. Give us some ideas and write it in the comments. That would be interesting to see what you guys come up with. Take another look inside. this stays a little bit longer for other people to see and enjoy. Different.